Aloha friend, and welcome to this very special edition of a holiday yin yoga practice to unwrap your calm. So to begin, come and find your comfortable Sukhasana, your seated position. So that might look like the way I'm sitting. You might have one foot stretched out, you might have both legs stretched out. Remember that this is your practice, so do whatever feels good to your body. And then just take a moment sitting up nice and tall, closing the eyes, letting the hands rest on your knees or your thighs, and just begin to notice your breath. Not trying to change it, but just noticing it. Is it fast? Is it slow? Are you breathing in through your shoulders and chest? Are you breathing in through your belly? Just taking a few moments to notice your breath. And then begin to slowly deepen the breath. So inhaling for a count of 4 and exhaling for a count of 4. So it looks like this. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, hold. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, hold. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, hold. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, hold. And doing a few more rounds at your own pace. And gently opening your eyes, and we're going to come into the first pose, which is Balasana, child's pose. So coming onto your hands and knees. And if you have knee considerations, consider putting a blanket under the knees so that you are comfortable and not in any pain. And making sure the hips are over the knees, shoulders are over the wrist. And then you're slowly going to begin to lower your hips toward your feet. Now, if you can't lower your hips all the way to your feet, you might consider putting a blanket or some blocks here to lower your hips to bring the, not the floor to you, but to bring your feet to you. And so we're going to hold each of these poses for about 3 minutes, so it won't be a super long practice. But this particular first pose, we're gonna let go of any holiday stress here and find stillness. So stretching out the arms after you've lowered, and then bringing your head to the mat. And if your head doesn't go to the mat, feel free to use a block. slowly lifting your head up, lifting your hips, coming back into that, onto your all fours in that tabletop position. And now slowly coming into cow by lifting the hips and the head, and then coming into your cat, slowly rolling the spine, tucking the tailbone, and just doing this a couple of times. And then when you're ready, coming into stillness and coming onto the mat. Extending the legs long here for a moment, maybe rotating the ankles. And we're going to take a sleigh ride into serenity with reclined butterfly. So, bringing the feet to the mat, and then slowly begin to open the legs. So you should have a diamond shape here. If this is too uncomfortable, you could put blocks underneath the thighs and your knees here. So if you're a little more up here when you open your legs, you just put your blocks there to help you, okay? And then you're going to slowly roll down to the mat. And again, we're going to be here for 3 minutes. Flatten your shoulders into the mat, palms facing up. And just feel the stress melt away. Notice where you're holding on to tension, sending your breath there. And if it gets too intense at any point, feel free to come out of the pose. The idea behind holding poses for 3 to 5 minutes is to get into the deep connective tissues that you don't get with other yoga practices. And when you're ready, placing your hands underneath the thighs and slowly pressing them together. Everything is really slow and yin. Placing the feet on the mat. And then bringing your knees into your chest, hugging the knees into the chest. And then extending the legs long here. Now we're going to do some twisting poses. So for the first one, bring the knees back into the chest again. Bringing your right hand to your right knee and extending that left leg long. And then placing your left hand on the outside of the right knee. You want to stretch out your right arm and then slowly begin to pull the right knee across your body. It's okay if it doesn't touch the floor. The idea is to keep your right shoulder on the ground. You could put a bolster or a pillow or a blanket underneath the knee for support if you need it. You do not want to force the knee over, just where it feels, where you feel something. And then coming into stillness. Unwrapping the magic of stillness. Relaxing through the jaw here. Relaxing the space between your eyebrows. Now slowly begin to roll onto your back, extending that right leg long, maybe taking a moment here to rotate the ankles or bringing the knees into the chest and giving a gentle massage to that lower back. And then when you're ready, we're going to go to the other side. So this time extending that right leg long. The left arm goes out to the side, palm down. The right hand goes on the outside of the left knee And then slowly begin to twist to the right here. Again, you don't want to push it. The first principle in yin is to come to your edge. So you just want to feel something, but you don't want to have any pinching or piercing or pain. And the second principle is to come to stillness. That's where the magic happens. And then the third principle is holding for time. Again, breathing into any areas that feel tight. And just notice how this side feels compared to the other side. Relaxing through the shoulders here. And slowly remove your hand from the left knee, roll onto your back. Again, hugging the knees into the chest, massaging that lower back. And then bringing the feet to the mat, and you'll want to grab your blocks for this next pose. So we're going to come into fish pose, and you could either use 1 or 2 blocks, or you could use a blanket as well. So I'll show you what it looks like. You're going to place the block between your shoulders, and then lay on top of it. Arms out to the side, and your head goes back. So it's a nice heart opening pose. If you don't like your head that far, you can put a block underneath you. You will still get the benefit of the heart opening pose. You could extend your legs long here, or you could leave them bent. So again, your practice, you could choose your adventure. The idea here is to release some of that holiday stress and prevent it from building up. So softening through the belly here. And noticing when the mind starts to wander, which it will, and just bring it back to your breath. And then when you're ready, bringing your arms down by your side and either rolling over onto your side or gently pressing yourself up and moving the blocks out of the way, or the blanket or your bolster, whatever you have. We're going to come into our final pose of Shavasana. So slowly rolling down onto the mat. One more time, hugging the knees into the chest. And then when you're ready, extending the legs long, bringing your hands beside you with palms facing up. And tucking the chin a bit here so you have that nice straight spine. And then begin to visualize the gift of calm. begin to wiggle fingers and toes, bringing some life back into your body, gently rolling your head from side to side, rotating ankles and wrists, maybe stretching the arms overhead for a nice long full body stretch. And then when you're ready, rolling over onto your favorite side in a fetal position. And just taking a moment here. And then using your top hand to press yourself up, keeping your eyes closed, into that comfortable Sukhasana, that seated position. When things get tough, remember that we are not building something small. We are building a palace of peace within our own hearts. It takes determination and effort to complete something of such beauty and magnitude. Bringing your hands to prayer position, thumbs at the center of your chest, and bowing to your chest. Thanking yourself for this beautiful practice, the time that you took during this hectic holiday season, gifting yourself this special time. The light in me deeply honors the light in you. Namaste. I hope you enjoyed this holiday yin yoga practice and that you received some calm from it. And I hope that you will practice it at least 3 times a week, especially during the crazy holiday season, so that you have time for yourself. The holidays don't have to be stressful. You just have to make time for you.